YouTube, how's it freaking going? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Chris Pride Chico, and today's back day. It should be leg day. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We should be hitting legs. We've been skipping legs a bit, but I'm not gonna lie. I've seen some videos online that I want to put to the test today. We'll go more in depth about it when we're actually in the workout. But that's no excuse to skip leg day. Definitely don't skip leg day. Take a lesson from me. Don't skip leg day. I genuinely, I don't know. I'm just skipping leg day for whatever reason. I like hitting upper body, especially when I'm going through shit. But on that note, your boy's feeling a bit better today. So that's always good. One day at a time, 1% better every single day. However, the motivation to wanting to go to the gym and to record at the gym and to do the other stuff that I need to do isn't there right now. You know, my body is trying to heal. It's trying to, center my attention on healing. But healing in itself is, it's obviously different for every person. But I genuinely think to heal from anything, you really gotta, kind of put your mind towards putting your passion and efforts into something else, because then you're fueling something else and you realize there's more to life than what you lost. Because, at the end of the day, man, what's meant to be stays in your life, and what's not meant to be doesn't stay in your life. So you got to remember that. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes, you'll look back and you'll be like, fuck, man, I don't want to, I'm never going to experience that again. And that's the mind games your brain plays with you. But the reality of it is, you're not going to live anything again, really. I mean, you could do the same activity again and the same people and the same outfit, the same, kind of day, weather-wise. But the reality of it is, when a day passes, you can never regain that day. And that's where it comes down to your choice of whether or not you want to utilize that day to the maximum potential or not. Which is why we can never let, external things hold us back from achieving what we want to achieve in life. Because we really only have one shot at life, and for us to sit around and just be upset about shit that happens to us, it's never going to get us anywhere, right? I will say though, if needed, you do take a little bit of a break, will rest. That's what I did. I took about a week off, not really a week off, I was still doing my thing, but I wasn't working at 100% capacity, nor was I 100%, but still, I won't lie to you guys. When I channel my energy and my thoughts into something that's beneficial to me, such as going to the gym, such as talking on the camera and trying to inspire you guys through my own tales and my own adventures in life, that to me in itself is what genuinely makes me feel better. And at the end of the day, man, one day at a time. That was the name of the video that I posted yesterday, and shout out every single one of you guys that watched that and hit that like button. I really do appreciate you. Also, thank you very much for all the support, guys. We are at 811 subscribers at the time of this recording. Now remember, the goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers by April 1st, which means we got to get it done by this month. So we got to put in that maximum effort and put in the grind to get there, guys. But I couldn't do it without you, and honestly, I genuinely appreciate every single one of you guys, because you guys have definitely made healing a lot easier. Not fully 100%, can't expect to be 100% quite yet, but regardless if I'm 100% or not, I am still gonna do what I need to do, and you guys should too. But without further ado, it's fucking gym time. One of my biggest fears, especially when using barbells in specific, is taking too much weight off of one side of the bar and letting it like flip over. And that fear, one of those biggest fears of mine, definitely came true on one of the Instagram reels I was looking at. So basically someone had like a squat rack and they took, I don't know, it's like 4 plates on both sides, and they took it all off one side. And there's a guy standing near it, and it flicked over and hit him right on the head. And that's fucked. That's crazy, man. You're just walking and a bar hits you on the head. And I mean, the bar itself's 45 pounds plus the momentum. It could crack your skull if we're being 100% honest. So definitely be careful with that. I definitely think I should test the limits with one of the guys. I should see how many plates you could take off one side before it starts to flip over. But it's also dependent on like the hooks that it's locked into, right? And stuff like that. But the takeaway from that is definitely take away 1 plate per time per side. Don't fucking take it all off one side, because it will flick. I've had scares before. I've always thought about that mentally, but I've definitely had scares before, because I mean, fuck, man, it just is, it's common sense, right? It can't be balanced if one side's got a lot more weight than the other. But we are going to be working first exercise of the day, which is going to be rows, and specifically just rows, barbell rows in particular. Because last week we did Smith machine. This week we're going to do barbell, but I'm just going to do a mid grip with the, not supinated, forgot the opposite of supinated, not supinated grip. I'd say about shoulder width apart. I really do enjoy this exercise, and this is one exercise that I definitely, looking back when I created the impetus strength, I wish I incorporated as well. But I didn't want to have too many exercises in it because, again, the name of the game with that program was to get better at our signature lifts, one of which being a deadlift. And I do believe we still need to hit a deadlift PR, so we're going to have to work into that. I do want to, like I said, take a bit of a break from the PRs and shit like that, just until I feel better. There's a lot of reasons why, man. I mean, it fucks with my mind, but at the same time, it might be the very thing that'll be beneficial. So next back day is going to be the last day of impetus strength. That way we can bang it out. Because the longer I procrastinate doing it, I'm just going to not want to do it. I'm not going to lie to you guys, because fuck, man, I really do enjoy coming in the gym without like a plan and just looking around, seeing what's open, choosing it, you know. Portion of my back's feeling a little fatigued. Okay, I'll go work the lower portion. You know, if my forearms are sore, I won't do a supinated grip, shit like that. But if you're new to the gym and you're not too sure on like the exercises you want to do and stuff, it's definitely beneficial for you to, you know, go in with a plan, because it kind of relieves that anxiety element as well, right? That when you go into the plan and shit like that. Like I personally did that when I started, but my plan was just to do every freaking machine that had biceps on it, because I didn't want to do free weights until I was comfortable. But we're comfortable now, and that, you know, that was a long time ago. I was like 7 years ago when I first started lifting. Consistently, I've been lifting for three and a half years now. So definitely putting in that work. You know, one day I woke up, I was unhappy with who I was and shit like that. So I decided to put in the effort to change it. And that's what you guys need to do. But I don't want to stand around for too long. It's just me today, which is good and bad at the same time. Good in the sense of I could just lock in, do my set. But bad in the sense of I got to put all the weights away myself. And it's also good that Sheer lifts similarly to me, but let's get this done. I think we're gonna aim for about 8 to 10. We're gonna see how the form starts to fatigue here, but let's get it done. I did 12 there. Honestly, I'm viewing that more as a warm-up set, because that way it moved pretty easily, but at the same time, I did get a good grasp on like where my form was starting to fatigue, and something was going on with my lower back there. So I'll have to rewatch the footage, or perhaps just pay more attention to it when I'm actually doing it to figure out why that's happening. But again, your body gives you, you know, signs about which part of your body might be being compromised when you're doing an exercise, and that's why like you got to pay attention to it and change it. Don't just fucking fight through it. You know, if a portion of your back's feeling more fatigued than the other, depending of course, because if, you know, my lats are more sore when I'm doing lat pull downs, it makes sense, but I don't want chit chat for too long. I'll probably crush this for 5 sets, very limited rest in between. Probably add another 25 on both sides and bang that out for 8, but let's get this shit done. So I seen this video online about Jeff Nippard. Shout out Jeff Nippard. He is from Canada as well, so that's definitely an inspiration to see someone else, you know, who's doing the fitness content from my same area and is doing well. So that's always a comfort in knowing it's possible. But he was talking about how Sam Sulek does a certain form of training, which is called, like, I believe, I can't remember if it's half partials or full partials. But basically, he's not going for that full extension. He's going like in a halfway mark. More so like a partial. And if you guys aren't aware what a partial is, like a partial is kind of like this, right? Just a shorter movement, not that full range of motion that I always stress doing, especially with back, by getting that full stretch and bringing it down. So he does that, and I mean, fuck, man. Take it with a grain of salt, of course. But Jeff Nippard, I think he said something about the studies saying that there is more muscle growth doing that rather than a full range of motion. Perhaps specific to lat pull downs, because that's the exercise that was being displayed in the video, but definitely do your research on that. I mean, me personally, I've always been a full range advocate because I just like the stretch that it gives, and I just, you know, I feel like the full range is also more beneficial just because, you know, you're controlling the weight a lot more than you would be with just a half partial. But doesn't mean I'm not going to try it and throw it into my workouts, right? I think having a mixture of both is always beneficial, especially if the, you know, the studies are aligned with it being a, you know, optimal sort of exercise to do, or not really an exercise, but a range of motion, right? So it's gonna be half partial, definitely gonna up the weight for the half partials. because that is the purpose of it, right? It's because you're doing a heavier weight. But he also does it near the end of his workout, and typically speaking, that's what people do. I didn't really watch the full like exercise, or rather set of him doing it, but I did notice he does it quite often with the halves. And I mean, hey man, the man's a fucking beast. Definitely steroids, but still, you know, work ethic. Steroids gonna get you so far. You gotta put in the work regardless of if you're taking gear or not. But I'm gonna give it a try right now by doing, I think we're gonna do 160s and see how it feels for about 8 reps. So let's get this. We did do a neutral grip, but I will say that it is kind of like, you have that contraction throughout the whole set. Someone is trying to use the cable right here, so I'm gonna bang this out. I'm gonna up the weight, and we're gonna do this for 5 sets. Just this exercise, limited rest in between, but let's get this shit done. All right, so basically every exercise that I do today, I might just solo it and just do 5 sets, but very limited rest in between. So I actually have the ability to time it today, unlike when you have someone else, they gotta do their set, then I come in. So it's kind of, you know, the rest there in between those sets definitely flip-flops. That's why if you do have a partner, I definitely recommend supersetting. However, if you're even by yourself, supersetting is still beneficial because like I said before, it cuts your workout in half, and you know, the name of the game is to get a good workout in. I mean, some people want to be here all day. Me personally, I want to get the best exercise or best workout that I can and get along with my day, right? And I say, you know, the gym's the best way to start off your day. You go first thing in the morning. It's beautiful, man. Great way to start off the day. But I know I said I like to hit deltoids typically when I'm doing shoulders. However, today we're gonna hit some deltoids. And I also should mention that we are only hitting back today, whereas typically we'd superset, or not superset, but mix it in with biceps. I wanna get my arms bigger, and in order to do so, I need to make sure that I'm, you know, doing adequate amount of reps and really pushing my arms to the levels that I need to, right? And I personally cannot say that I'm doing that when I'm just hitting back and then biceps, because my main focus is hitting back. So I'll just throw in a quick bicep exercise here and there. Whereas if I just specifically hit arms, then I'll be able to get the maximum out of it. And I'll probably mix in arms and abs, because again, I still recommend hitting abs. You know, abs are made in the kitchen. However, your abs are still a muscle and they need to be worked like it. And also treated like any other muscle. They shouldn't be just worked every single day, because a lot of people have that misconception, myself included. When I first started working out, it always, like, I feel like a lot of people started out that way, but with the 5-minute ab workout videos and shit like that, and just hit the abs every day and hope to God I'd get abs while going eat whatever the fuck I wanted. But you know, you live and you learn, and that's it's pretty cool to look back at that, because that person would not believe at the position I'm at right now, and I won't lie, that gives a lot of sense of comfort there. And sometimes I feel like that's a good way of, if you're going through something, to look back and reflect on how much progress you made, you know? Because shit is not permanent, and at the end of the day, definitely went through worse. But the deltoid exercise I'm gonna do, it's been a while since I've done it and actually showed it. It's actually my favorite, probably my absolute favorite back exercise for the deltoids, because of the way I get that contraction. So I have 2 cables here, and I'm gonna be grabbing it and bringing it across. It's just amazing. Honestly, one of my favorite exercises, honestly. It's so beautiful. I can't stress that enough. So I'll get right into it. Want to make sure I'm picking a weight that I could do correctly, form-wise, for, remember, 5 sets. I'm doing 12 reps. 12 reps on this. With the partials, I did 8. So, I mean, we'll have to do, unless I'm doing partials, I'm going to aim for about 12 reps to get the most out of it. But let's get this shit done. I think I'm going to take off the D handles. I think the D handles were kind of making it a little harder than what it needed to be, but like I said, 5 sets of this, 12 reps, very limited rest in between. I would say about 30 seconds at the high, because I just want to fucking get it done, get locked in and get out of here. But let's get this shit done. Okay, so we're going to move on now to a high row, high lat row. It's been such a long time since I've actually used this plate loaded one. I've used a cable one not too long ago, but definitely one of my favorite, well, I should say favorite exercise quite often, but definitely up there for one of the better exercises in my opinion, especially because I'm doing a single hand. And you know, with these machines, they have that fixated grip, right, where it's kind of on a diagonal. I like to use a D handle because then I can get a grip similar to this and really get into my lat, get a lot more range of motion and get more of a contraction than I do with just the handle. So I definitely like using a D handle on this, and it seems like it's quite a popular thing because it was here already, so I definitely want to utilize it. But it did remind me the power of a water bottle at the gym. Now, I keep seeing a lot of videos online and I keep referencing them, but there's a video online where it was displaying how, you know, the power of a water bottle has, or rather the power that a water bottle has at the gym, right? Because a lot of people will hold up machines using their water bottle. And basically it was just showing someone was walking to a machine, homie threw his water bottle when he's like 10 feet behind him and told him he was using it and shit like that. And honestly, it's true. I mean, not to that extent, but people will be across the gym doing whatever the case, you know, whatever, something completely different, and have their water bottle on this, come back like 20 minutes later and be like, yeah, I was using that. It happens often, but needless to say, don't be that guy. That's lame. We don't do that shit out here. That is hogging, okay? I made a video about hogging machines, and that is hogging a machine, you know? If you're doing a superset and you're using a machine, and I mean, like hogging in a sense, right? You know, like I am using it, so I'll put my bag there and then I'll go to the next station, do my set there, come back, take a breather, go into it again. But the reality of it is, you know, if anyone's doing a superset, you see them doing a superset, you have that ability to work in, because if they're doing an opposing exercise, then during that exercise, you have the ability to hit the exercise that you want to, right? So just remember that, but also don't fucking throw your water bottles on machines and claim them, man. You know, at the end of the day, it's a public gym. You don't own the gym. Just fucking use the machine you're using, right? I mean, if you got to put a water bottle on it, you're probably not even fucking using it, you know? You're using it every 20 minutes or so, but we're gonna get this done. I'm gonna do eight an arm, probably. And I really want to, like I said, get that full range of motion, because that is the purpose of using the D handle. And I think the last time I used this might have been the Chris Bumstead workout, where I went till failure on this, and definitely were some partials involved in that. Definitely a killer, but let's get this shit done. Next, now we'll go to the next arm. I did 10 reps there. I felt 10's a little bit better, especially at this weight. Yeah, I mean, maybe I was slanting into it a bit. I feel like I was turning into it a bit too much. Yeah, I think I'm angling myself too much where I'm using other muscles. I think I just have to stay fixated and then do the reps. Well, now I know for next set, right? And that's like kind of what you want to pay attention to. Just don't do a set and turn off your brain, right? I do say that sometimes, but you do want to pay attention to how the set feels, and also like those small alterations. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, you know, if I lean to the side, I'll be able to get more range of motion. However, I feel like it's not engaging my lats to the same extent that it would be if I just place my chest upon the pad here and just grind it down there. Well, not grind it down, but contract it down. So take cues from your sets, implement it into the next set, and just become better. Probably up the weight by 25, so that way I can get that 8 rep range, and definitely gonna be a little bit harder. I might have to do some partials near the end, but I want to avoid it as much as I can. So if need be, I'll drop the weight, but 5 sets, limited rest in between, 4 more to go. Let's get it done. All right, we're gonna work into some T-bar rows. So I haven't done T-bar rows in a while, and I do recall, I believe it was the tricep day, the last impetus tricep day, where I was talking about this specific handle. Fuck, I mean, I don't know what you want to call it. It's like an exaggerated V kinda, and how I used to use it for the T-bar rows. And I haven't done it in a while because I haven't seen this in a while. So I mean, fuck man, I was able to get my hands on it today, and I wanted to encompass some form of a T-bar row because it's another exercise I haven't done in a while. It's not part of the program. This one's definitely better for hitting that, you know, upper section of your back, whereas, you know, if you're doing a D handle, it's definitely more optimal for the mid section of your back. However, I do want to see if I can get some mid grip rows in after this. So definitely want to encompass that as well. But you know, I've had some FOMO, or not FOMO, but like nostalgia element of not using this for a while, and I definitely like using it. But there's also something else I need to talk about specific to the T-bar row, which a lot of people don't do, and I need to instill it. When you're doing a T-bar row, use 25-pound weights. The smaller the plate is, the more range of motion you have, right? So like right now I'm doing 100 pounds, which could be 245s into 10, right? But with the 245s, it's bigger, which means I don't have that range of motion, and there will be a point in time where it hits my chest, whereas I can get more range of motion with the 25s. And I feel like a lot of people don't know that. There's no point in putting 45s on. I mean, unless you're able to max it out with 25s, like there's zero reason to. And if you could put the whole like bar with 25s, which probably would be about, I would say 8, which is 200 pounds, then just do more reps, you know, because you are sacrificing that range of motion. And I would like to see someone do 200-pound T-bar row with a full range of motion with the 25s. But it also is an ego element too, right? Putting the 45s, like, oh, I have 2 45s on here, I feel cool. But reality is, guys, we're not trying to look cool, we're trying to get the best exercise that we can. So use your 25s. But enough said, I'm gonna get right into this. Doing this for, I would say, about 10 reps. It's been a while since I've done this, so I wanna gauge how much weight I can do here with the adequate form. I might add like a 10 or another 25 there, but I was able to do that for 12 reps. It's very similar, I won't lie, to the barbell rows because of the wider grip. So, I mean, a D handle would definitely be more optimal because it would hit more of the midsection of my back, and a little change up from, you know, doing just the regular barbell rows. But the nostalgia element of this, so I'm gonna do it. 5 sets, remember, limited rest in between. This shit done. You know, it's been a long time since I've been at the gym and worked out long enough for me to have to worry about my camera battery. When I first started working out, I would be here for like such a long ass time to a point where my camera would be close to dying and I'd have to plug it into a portable charger. And part of that was because I would talk a lot more, and I'm sure even with today there's a lot of portion of me talking, but today's workout's definitely a lot longer than typical, and I just got sweat in my eyes so dry. But you know, we got to incorporate the body weight movements. I can't stress that enough. You guys should always incorporate a body weight movement in your workouts, whether you do it at the beginning or the end. Always incorporate it. So today being back day, I want to hit some form of pull-ups. That's what we're gonna do. Now 8 reps seems like it's been the mark for the last couple weeks. I'm gonna continue that up because, you know, I get to a certain point where I start to fatigue and then I slap on the band, and I can't count those reps. So I mean, if I do more now and just continue to do, you know, banded movements, I'm not really gonna progress. However, I'll just gauge it off how many reps I actually have to use the band for, and then, you know, obviously drop that number down, use my body weight more, because again, you want to get strong with your body weight. I always say it, I think it's way more impressive for someone to be able to do a weighted pull-up rather than to do some fucking 315 on the bench or something like that. So definitely incorporate your body weight. And you know, your boy's got a no pump cover on anymore, so I had a nice little tank on. But the body dysmorphia is real, man. I look at the camera and I don't see the person that I see when I look in the mirror. And then obviously, you know, my depiction of myself in the mirror changes depending on what videos I watch or who I'm comparing myself to. But at the end of the day, like I said earlier, man, the person that I used to be is definitely proud of who I am now, and that's what matters. So you gotta take some time, reflect on the past, but don't live in the past, but reflect upon it and realize you've came a long way, and be proud of yourself and understand that, you know, you've been through hardships and you're gonna continue going through hardships, and they're only gonna make you better, become better. So let's get this shit done. 8 reps, like I said, for 5 sets. Everything today's for 5 sets, so a lot of volume. First day went good, but like I said, as I progress through and because of the limited rest, I'm gonna get to a point where I need to use the band, and I wanna mitigate how much I use the band. So, you know what I mean? We're gonna get better using our body weight. But we got 4 more sets of this. Let's get this shit done. All right, so as promised, I did remember saying that I wanted to do some close grip rows. Now, unfortunately, the typical V-grip that I usually use, it's specific to one of the row machines because they kind of have it locked in because I guess the handles go missing and shit, so they wanted it fixated in one area. And unfortunately that handle and that machine is down. So I mean, I can't use it. It's been down for quite a while now too. So it's got to compromise the way that whatever way we can. So we're gonna do the cable here. I guess it's cable. It is cable loaded. It's not plate loaded. But I definitely fuck with this exercise, especially when I get the undergrip. It's one of the ones I did during the impetus strength, but it's still a great exercise to encompass in your workouts. And like the name of the game, like everything today is for a 5 sets. So it's quite a lot of volume. I've definitely done a lot of exercises. To be honest, I don't even remember how many I've done. Have to sit down and count it out, but I'm feeling fatigued and this is what I wanted to do because I want to exert myself. It's definitely beneficial, especially when you guys are going through something. Go to the gym, just fucking bang it out, get it done. Do whatever, you know, whatever you really want to at the gym. Of course, you don't want to injure yourself, but some people might want to lift super heavy or whatnot. But me personally, I want to get that massive volume in. And then I get to those points where I'm like fatigued and I can't even do 2 more reps. And then I just just think about certain things, certain pains that I've experienced, and helps me get through those remaining reps. But I'm gonna fuck around, do some partials on this too. So I'm gonna go about halfway and really just get that heavier weight and get those partials in, because I want a variety element as well. And I've only really done that partials with the lat pull down. And I did like it. I will say I did like it. I like how you're kind of contracted the whole time. Whereas this, you know, you have that stretch here. So I guess it's really, I guess it kind of gets rid of the isometric movement. However, the concentric movement, I feel like, is amplified because of the fact that you're kind of flexed the whole time, right? But let's get this shit done. We're gonna do this for 8 reps. Fuck, man. Definitely can up the weight. I keep getting sweat in my eye and it's making my eye burn, so I gotta close my left eye right now. But yeah, I mean, fuck, they're definitely good. Definitely like the shorter movements and doing the heavier weight. It makes you feel a little bit better. But of course, we're not trying to ego lift out here. We want to do weights that we control, but also the variety element. I had to deal with the size, so I'm gonna got 4 more sets. Let's get this shit done. We have made it home safely. Decided to end off the workout on that last exercise there, because it came to the conclusion that I did 7 exercises. So I mean, 7 times 5, do the math. Was that 35? 35 sets in total. Fuck, man. Quite a lot of volume today, but like I said, I definitely like hitting volume, especially when I've got problems going on in my mind. But this Alexander Hormozi quote that I heard is, shout out Alexander Hormozi before I even continue. That man is a legend. He is just very wise and someone I look up to for sure, especially because he is in the gym industry and that's something that he pursued. But he said the only revenge is success. And that's true. It really is, you know? People hurt you, people come and go in your life, and people exit your life in ways you don't want them to, right? And you're not necessarily fully there ready to let go of someone at times. But you need to, because they've done wrong to you. And you know, when someone does wrong to you guys, you know, there's only so much that you could forgive. You get to a point where you have to do a hard choice, and that hard choice sucks in the moment, but you will see light at the end of the tunnel, like I was talking about yesterday. But the correlation to that is, you know, you don't want to sit around and just be upset about that person doing wrong to you, right? Because a lot of times you'll find yourself when someone hurts you or something like that and makes you upset, you're going to just sit there and soak in that sadness and really not be motivated to do anything. But that's really when discipline kicks in. But no, I have to say, anytime I say motivation, man, because motivation's fucking fake, man. Motivation fades, comes and goes. It's a feeling. Discipline is an attribute of a person of success. But back to the topic at hand. You can't sit around and just soak, man, because at the end of the day, you know, you could even revenge by, I don't know, spreading rumors or doing this or doing that or doing what they didn't want you to do, or whatever the case may be. The only real, true revenge is success, and you shouldn't do it out of revenge. But, you know, if you do ever, you know, feel like you need to get back or whatever the case may be, number one, you shouldn't, but you should channel that energy into something good, and that good is progressing on whatever aspirations you have in life and channeling that energy into your success and making it a reality. And that's what you guys got to channel your energy into, because it's so crucial, man. You know, it's so hard sometimes, especially when, you know, someone that you really, really care about hurts you so badly and you got to get rid of them in your life. And it's not an easy choice. And you might want to just sit around and be sad about losing that person. But that person came into your life and they gave you a lot of lessons, right? And those lessons are something that you will carry on throughout your life. But can't soak around in the sadness of it. You need to implement that energy into something good, and it's going to make you feel better as well, and you're not going to regret it. So just remember that, guys. That is my 2 cents and something that I implement into my own life, especially going through this hard time now. But enough said, guys. Have a blessed day. Get your workout done. Hit that sub button because your boy's en route to 1,000 subscribers by April 1st. Currently at 811. That is fucking awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are truly the goats. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Drop a comment down below what you guys are grateful for. I always say that, man. Let me know what you guys are grateful for. Always something to look at and be happy that you have access to. One of which is this beautiful squirrel that I see outside right now that's twiddling around. But nature in general, you know. I woke up this morning. I wasn't feeling 100%. I came outside. I heard birds chirping and warm weather's around the corner. Definitely puts me in a better mood, but mood's not dictated on the weather. Okay. That said, though, guys, have a blessed day and find your impetus. Goodbye.